an economy. Nobody knows everything. You may know the theory, you may not know the practical aspect of things. This is why we have to talk to people who are on the ground, because they are the people driving the economy, not even foreign investors. Look at what Dangote has done. How many foreign investors can put that kind of stake or take that kind of risk? No foreign investor can do that in any African country.
Indeed.
Look at what he has done.
Exactly.
So we have to take our investors seriously. We have to show them some respect. In this environment, we don't respect entrepreneurs. We don't respect investors. People just sit down and be rolling out policy as if you are in the military barracks.
So Doctor,
all that has to change.
What part does data, statistics play in all of this? Because this is like the fuel of a sort of a meaningful understanding of the economy and how to deal with it. How are we in that area?
You see, that is coming from the perspective of research. Quality research should guide policy-making actions. There are two components or two dimensions of research. There's quantitative research, which has to do with data, collecting data to be able to analyze the possible impact of policy or to make the right policy choices. There's qualitative research, which involves engaging and talking to people.
Okay.
So that you can capture the emotions and everything involved in the policy that you want to undertake. Those two things are important. The stakeholder engagement is in a way a form of qualitative research to get information directly and capture all the nuances around a policy decision that you want to undertake. There are some ministries, if they want to undertake a policy, they issue what they call exposure draft. They circulate it to stakeholders. That, okay, this is our plan for this policy. And they hold a stakeholder dialogue or engagement to discuss the draft. That is the way policies are done.
Okay, one moment, please, Doctor. Dr. Yusuf, I'm sorry, Dr. Yusuf. Let me bring on Austin, who's called in from Edo State. Good morning to you, Austin.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, my name is Austin Osagai.
Okay.
And I am a first-time caller.
Oh, we're delighted to have you.
Yes, I am a regular listener of your program.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yes, but I just want to, you went to Abuja. I will not be able to comment on the issue you are discussing about now because you just came from Abuja. So now, but what I want to say, sir, is that I noticed that in this your program, you have these regular callers who keep getting access. I don't know how it is done, but if a special preference has been given to them, I want to appeal that I should also be given that preference.
But you have the preference. You just said it. Today is the only day you're a regular viewer, but you decided to call in today, and you got through.
No, but I'll be calling, sir. I'll be calling and calling, and you can't get through.
All right.
Maybe, sir, you can also help me send this message across to the lady, your view.
No, we've got to limit. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. We've got to limit ourselves to this program and this subject matter at this time. We're talking about, setting an agenda for the incoming administration with Dr. Muda Yusuf.
Yes.
Have you heard any part of the program at all?
No. Well, I'm just lucky to get through to you now. That's why I'm holding this you. I will keep listening. Maybe I'll call again after listening to him for some time.
Oh, all right. Oh, dear. Thank you very much for calling in, Austin. Dr. Yusuf was in the middle of some important explanation, and it does happen like that sometimes. And, the producers wouldn't let me rest. They kept on saying, Austin is there, Austin is there. Well, thank you very much for calling in, Austin. So where do we go back now to Because Austin said he
No,
would...
well, we were talking about data and the rest of
Yes, the importance of data, and you were
I was
explaining
talking
it.
about the importance of data. Data is good in guiding policy decisions, in making policy choices. And I said that there's quantitative aspects
That's right.
Appraisal of issues. There's qualitative aspect, which involved what we have been discussing. It is about talking to people, talking to stakeholders, so that the dimensions of the implications can be properly captured. And it doesn't have to take forever. That is why we have the Economic Council, we have the Federal Executive Council. These ministers are representing different sectors of the economy. It's for them to take this feedback to the policymakers. And I'm sure we are going to have a very strong economic advisory team.
Indeed.
We will also be advising the president, not just being idle. Because, I mean, under this administration, we had the Presidential Advisory Council. We never heard of them. I'm not sure they were meeting, because if they were doing their work, why the president would just say because of rice, you are closing the border? So we have to do things differently. Okay. And we have to respect our institutions.
Doctor, let me move on because time is winding down, and I did want your input on this whole question of how tougher is life going to get when and if the subsidy on the petrol is indeed removed. You recall that Ashwaju had said on the campaign trail that it was a task that had to be done. What do you think about that whole removal, subsidy removal policy and the effect it's going to have, still speaking under the heading of cost of living generally?
Well, first of all, I mean, there's at least it's generally agreed that this subsidy thing is not sustainable. I mean, if you are spending close to 7 trillion naira annually, and not all of this amount is going actually to the subsidy, a good proportion of it is going to the pockets of people. So, and it is not easy to police. That is the reality. Whoever you put there to be policing it, you also become part of the scam. So the solution is to remove it completely. But the issue is the strategy or removal. Now, as a new administration, I don't think it should be wise or prudent to come and from day one, you announce a total removal of the subsidy. The shock on the citizens will be very difficult to bear, especially that the citizens have been going through a lot up until this point. So my take will be that first, we should have a phased removal over 12 months.
Okay.
And as we are removing it, we have to be putting in place policies to cushion the effect. First, what are the things that the poor are spending their money on? They spend money on food. What can we do to bring down the cost of food? There are some short-term things that you can do. Again, it comes back to engagement. The poor people, they eat a lot of bread. They take noodles. They take gari, apple, and all these wogi and things like that. Let us engage with the stakeholders. What are the quick wins that we can put in place to reduce their cost so that at the market end, the prices of these things will come down? I mean, flour, we have the flour millers. We have those who produce all these noodles. We have those who are in agricultural production. All of them have been complaining of one challenge or the other. Let us remove those obstacles, first and foremost. Some of them could be related to tariff. Some of them could be related to their equipment. Some of them could be related to processing. Some of them could be related to their raw materials, inputs. Let us remove barriers in all those areas so that we can boost the supply side of this.
Okay.
The second area is energy. Now you have high costs of diesel and other energy products. Let us engage with the stakeholder, because what we have now is a monopoly situation. It's only NMPC that is supplying petroleum products. How can we bring other players there so that we can introduce some competition? So we need to engage the stakeholders. How can we, in the short term, how can we bring down the cost of energy? Then we can do a lot again in the area of medicals. The cost of medication is extremely high. Are we talking to those who are in the medical profession, the pharmacists?
Okay.
What can the government do for you in the short term to bring down the cost? These things are not rocket science.
Well, okay, one moment, Dr. Yusuf, one moment. Chidi has been holding on for a long while, and I'm going to let him get his comment or question in. Good morning, Chidi. Sorry to have kept you waiting, but I wanted the doctor to finish on that important point. Yes. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, as we are eagerly waiting for the inauguration of the new administration, I congratulate the president-elect and the governors-elect as well. But I would want the new administration to start by uniting Nigerians so that the acrimony that has affected our unity in the last 5 years will be removed. And when this is done, the economy should be the next agenda for the new government, as they are planning on how to fix our economy. They also plan on how to ensure the security of lives of Nigerians and the protection of property. Because I want to believe that these are the assets that we will have to guide jealously to ensure that a new Nigeria is born.
Thank you very much.
God bless Nigeria.
Really appreciate your calling in. Thank you very much for that. And, Dr. Yusuf, we've just about run out of time. But, you know, that last viewer said that, look, take care of, you know, so many other things, and then the rest will almost like take care of itself. But there's much work to be done is the one thing I get from having this conversation with you this morning. And quite a lot of that work has to be done differently, you know, in the new administration. Is that a right summation to take from this?
Of course. We need to do a lot of things differently. There are a few things that we need to sustain. I mean, it's not everything that is bad. We have to identify those things that are worthy of being sustained. And we have to identify those things that we need to do differently. I mean, of course, if you have the right team, they should be able to identify these things and advise the leadership, political leadership appropriately.
Well, I want to thank you very much for making time for us this morning, Dr. Yusuf. Dr. Muda Yusuf is the Chief Executive Officer, Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise, and used to be the Director General in the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Thank you very much, Dr. Muda Yusuf, for being on our program this morning.
Yeah, thank you very much, Uncle Yori. Thank you.
Our pleasure. Okay, so that's our program. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am YORI FOLARIN.
There is always more to a story than the scripted line. The part of a story that is not told casts a shadow. It's like the part of an object that is not reached by light. On TVC News, I'm able to explore the many angles there are to a story, talking to stakeholders, asking the difficult questions, and digging for facts. I believe the viewers are able to make a better decision if they're well informed and understand not just a part, but the complete story.